Well, here we are. Here we are. We're fishing. It is the 24th of June. It is 12:43. And yeah, I'm at Six Marsh. Normally, I fish up there at high water. But today, I'm giving this beach a low water treatment. So that's what I'm doing. Bit jarred off. I forgot my bloody bucket. But never mind. Keep on watching, see how wound up I get without having my bucket. It's cut for the intro. Right, so this is Six Marshes. Chapel Point is down there, you can see the observatory. Tom's flown his drone over that. But I'll give you a quick 360. I'll do it slow, but not too slow. There's a couple of people on the beach there. There's a bloke and a woman there sunbathing, and there's an old boy and a woman over there sunbathing, and there's two walkers there. And this is it, Chapel Six Marshes at low water. I can't believe I forgot my bucket, but yeah, high water, low water is at 3:15. The time now is 12:45, and that's because it takes that long for me to get here and get set up. So yeah, it takes about half an hour by the time I get my ticket. But yeah, let's see what we get today. Let's stop all these yeahs and well, yeah, and all this rubbish, and more people coming down. Oh, it's gonna get crowded, isn't it? And they've got a bag, so they're stopping, aren't they? Never mind. I don't like a busy beach, and it's getting a bit packed now, to be honest. As long as they stay up there on the softy sand, it's all right. But yeah, as you can see, it's started to fill up, this beach. Two more up there through the walkthrough. What we're fishing today is we've got a new reel. Yeah, we have. You wouldn't believe it, would you? You just wouldn't believe it. Warm, it's warm. We have got an Abu 5500 written on them side plates. Look at that. I bought a frame for it because obviously it had a line lay on it, so I've got an AKS frame that I bought, fitted that, fits perfect, lovely condition, great piece of kit. And we've got that coupled with today my Christmas tree Zziplex. So it's the Zziplex ZF250, wrong sticker, but this section is done in black with bits of purple showing. The top section is purple. The bottom section underneath this shrink tube is purple. So the chap who I bought it off is a nice bloke. He likes doing his whippings, as you can see, because he obviously practiced and stuff and he wanted to get good at it. But I call it the Christmas tree. It is going to get stripped and redone, but I'm waiting for stickers at the minute. Hopefully I'll get them sorted this week and I can get some stickers. And then I've got two, haven't I? The one that you saw at the river with John that I show you is the second one. That's a black one. This one's a plum one. So I will be stripping this butt section, redoing it in plum, because it is a plum rod. It's not something that I'm turning into a plum rod. So yeah, we're fishing the ZF250 today. Abu 5500 Magalite, and we've got, I will be chucking a flapper rig out, but we have got here for now a pulley panel rig, and I'll be casting out shortly. They've just gone to the right up there, so hopefully they'll stay up there. just eat and sunbathe. That's all you got to do, chaps. You don't need to come down here splashing down here, because you're the wrong side for me casting. This is why I like them cliffs over on the Yorkshire coast, because you don't see anyone. But I can't get down, I don't think. I'm gonna try. I am gonna try. I might have to ring someone to get me up, but I'm gonna try it. But if I can't get down, I won't go down, because if I can't get down, I won't get up. Anyhow, let's get this casted out. That went all right, but I could hear something rubbing on the spill. And what it turned out to be, let me just get you on this here. My rubber, it don't fly back out, so I'm gonna have to cut that down, because it's set for a 6500. So I'm gonna have to cut that down with my scissors, so that it comes out, because when I cast out, it was still on it. The rod, it's got a totally different action on it to my Kenzaki's or anything else. All Zziplexes have a different action. It's just the way it is. Well, that bloke over there, who's up there, has walked right over there. So that's good of him, isn't it? That's really good of him. That's really good of him. I appreciate that. See, there is some decorum in this world, isn't there? Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. He's not going to bother me, and I ain't bothering him. So yeah, I'm going to get my scissors and cut that down, because that stuck in. That was on the side of the spill, and I was like, what on earth is that noise? So lesson learnt there, isn't it? But yeah, what a beautiful day. It was a good drive there, actually, but I'll talk about it later when we get into the video a bit more. I am going to say something about politics later, but I've stopped talking about politics now, because Tom doesn't like it. I don't know why. I think it's a generational difference. I think when Tom gets in, Tom might not get interested in politics, actually. But one day he might, and he'll then think, oh, I understand now. It's just the way it is, isn't it? But yeah, I will say something about it, or I may not. No, I probably will. But what a glorious day. I've come here. I was in a good frame of mind when I left the house, really, and I've been looking forward to coming here whilst driving here, so that's quite unusual for me. It's been a good drive here, apart from a couple of clowns. Talk about it later. Yeah, what can I say? What can I say? I don't know what to say. Is Vern lost for words? I doubt it very much. Nearly swore then. Nearly swore. Too early in the video for that malarkey. I'm going to take another hay fever tablet, and I'm going to take some... I can't take any painkillers, I've already took them. I took my painkillers at 11. So 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock. I've got 2 hours to go. What are we hoping for today? Well, I've chucked out a piece of squid. I've got some rag and lugworm. Saturday, the rag and lugworm was doing good. Sunday, it'd slow down a bit. I'm thinking when I look at it today, it might not be very good at all. But I used that Wednesday last week, so I soaked them in water before I left John, and they were wriggling around like mad. But I made the mistake of putting the heavier ragworm on top of the lugworm. They looked a bit flat. I don't think they liked that. I think that's what did for them. Wife has told me I have to get a fridge for the garage, which I agree. But I've just been buying reels, and you know what it's like when you're fishing and you see a reel and you know you're going to use it for a specific reason. So you have to buy it, don't you? Because obviously your fishing will deteriorate. So I've now got double reels. Well, I've got my main reels, which are Pen Fathoms. In my opinion, the Pen Fathom SD2 with the flat button, you know, the cheaper reel for fishing, straight out of the box. I don't think there's a better multiplier anywhere for the price at all. And that don't mean that you could pay more and get a better reel. I don't think you can, my opinion. And then I've got doubles in Abus. I've got the green Magalite 2 off, had them 28 years, 27 years. I've had I've got 3 Florida Oranges, 2 TSRs, and I've got 2 red high speeds. I've now bought a green 5500 Abu Magalite. Changed the frame because they're like rocking horse poo, and there's 2 on eBay now, but they aren't in as good condition as that. That reel is mint. So I'm right chuffed I got that. And I bought another one as well, but I shall show you that later today, or it'll be in the next video. So I don't want to use all the reels all the time. I want to spread it out so you all have fun. But you need these singular reels, you see. What I'm saying is I've got doubles for fishing high water marks because I take 2 rods. So whatever rods I take, whether it be a Zziplex, Kenzaki, Icons, which I've got 4 off, I've got the Mark 2s and Mark 3s, I can pair them up. That makes me happy. Going fishing is about making you happy. Whether you catch is a byproduct of going fishing, and if you catch, you're even happier. For low water marks, this is where I'm getting at. For low water marks, I've got singular reels for single rods. So I've got this green 5.5 Magalite. I've got the red Magalite, which I'll show you later or in the next video. And I'm picking up another one from my mate Dud. And if it's good, I'm going to buy it, and then I'm going to take the frame off it, keep the frame as a spare, and I'm going to buy another aluminium billet frame. So just to have a bit of bling, really. That's all. And because I can, I look after my money. I don't blow my money. And because I look after it, I can spend it on things that me and the wife want. So bought her a load of clothes yesterday and bras and stuff, so I spoiled her yesterday. Now it's time to spoil me again. So you got to buy your missus new clobber, ain't you? There's bikini women around everywhere. There's one over there now from that bloke, but she's gone to the right as well. That's fantastic. I thought they'd walk straight down and just plunk themselves there, and I can't cast or do anything. And then ones that were sunbathing with his dolly bird on the beach there, he's got a great big kite. He was walking down this beach here with a great big huge kite. They've gone further down, so they're sodded off. So this beach is getting empty. So anyhow, what we're going to catch today? Flounder, bass, dogfish, might be a smooth hound. It's warmed up, hasn't it? There's no wind, it's flat calm. And I've brought my long ruler as well, Mike. Trouble is, I've left it in the van with my bucket. So if I catch an hound, 2 lines in the sand, get me other measure out and measure it. It's because I've got a single rod. I don't bring a rod bag because I'm fishing low water. There's something else to carry in it. Normally, for low water marks, I have my... I'm talking quite a lot now, ain't I? I didn't think I had anything to say. There you go. But normally, there's another plane. You know what they'll be doing, don't you? He's too far up. Anyhow, I've got a trolley. I've normally fished with a trolley at low water mark so I can wheel it in, keep all my gear on. This sand's now drying because I've put my bag on, even though it's supposed to be waterproof because it's rubber on the inside. It gets wet on the outside. There's bloody planes everywhere. It's going to be cloudy in a minute, innit? You know what the score, don't you? It's going to be cloudy. Anyhow, where am I at? Where am I getting to? Yeah, trolley. I ain't brought it today. I thought I'd try it without a trolley. So I've got all my rod bag and everything at the back of the box, bungee cord and everything. So I'll just pick the box up and the rod up and move up and down. I think now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this off because I think I have exhausted all oxygen out of my lungs. I'm going to get my scissors and cut that rubber ready for the next cast out. That rod is lovely, absolutely lovely. I love the purple blank, apart from the bit that he did black. But I pulled the rod back and it's purple underneath, so I shall just rub it down till I can see the graphite, and then it will get dyed purple again. And I'll do it opaque because they are meant to be opaque. You're meant to see it as purple, a tinge of purple with the carbon showing through it. It's not meant to be a solid opaque colour. So by the time I've rubbed it all down, that'll be alright just to put a couple of coats on and that'll be done then. Got my stickers organised. So hopefully, he sent me 2 pictures of what he's got, which are the right stickers. It is the man that can, knows stickers through and through. I've just got to get a couple of LM stickers off him as well, which he hasn't answered. It's hard work getting hold of him, but I'll get there. I'm going to ring him tomorrow. I think that's it. I think I've come to an end. So, you could have been watching my rod listening to me then, couldn't you? I always think it's best that you're actually looking at me to listen to me. I keep telling the wife that. When she don't look at me while I'm talking, she don't listen. And then she says something and I look at her and thought, you just haven't listened to a word I've said, had you? You got it totally wrong with your yes and no's. Absolutely glorious. Look, the beach is emptied now. Not so many people. But yeah, there's four RAF planes up there. I don't know if you can see them. 4 of them. Probably typhoons, but what do I know? For all I know, it could be a Buccaneer, a Jaguar or a Phantom. Those were the days. Didn't record then. I'd take the battery out and put it back in for it to start recording. Bit of water. Must keep yourself hydrated. Bit of dinner and all. Bet you can't guess the sandwiches, can you? Sardine and tomato and cucumber paste. Well, cucumber in paste, but the sardine tomato is. Oh, it's like being out on a school trip with your mum. Take you back years, decades. Just been eating my sandwich and realised the camera's on. I would say if it sounds bad, Tom will play some music over it. Nothing worse than hearing someone chewing gum in the microphone, is it? If you got this far, you don't mind me rattling on, so click that subscribe button. If you ain't got this far, you ain't watching now, are you? And you won't hear this, will you? But yeah, click subscribe, drop us a comment, give us a thumbs up. You know, over 300 or 400 thumbs up would be nice. See what happened to the channel. Subscribers are going up. Don't know what we're at now. Let's do a quick update. We don't do this very often at all, do we? Oh no, we don't want the bank. Oh, I've got a signal. So this last 28 days I've had 26,500 views. Watch time hours is 14.2 thousand. And I'm plus 19 subscribers, which is going down yet again. But this is a rolling 28-day period, you see. So sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. A lot of the time for me it's down. I don't know what I do wrong. My subscribers are 5,000. This is good for me because I'll be able to see this in a video in years to come. My subscribers are, in years to come, there'll probably only be 20 more. You know, 5,138. A week ago I was on 5,140, so it's gone down again, as it always does. But excuse me, cucumber. But yeah, the subscribers for the 28 days, that varies. You know, I haven't seen it up at 70 for months, many of them. But yeah, plus 19. It's going downwards again, isn't it? I don't know what else I can do. I mean, I turn up, I fish a mark. I'm now trying to do different marks because the weather's nice. You know, I'm not bending over backwards during winter, I'll tell you that now. I'll fish where I can fish, and it's easy. But yeah, I do different marks. I'm now doing low water marks, high water, using different stuff, you know. Apart from the Ferris wheel and the goo-goo dancing girls and some loose women in a shed just up the beach there, you know, that I've put in with LED sign outside. There's not much more else I can do, you know. I could strip, but I think I might lose quite a few. This chiseled body is not so chiseled anymore. I just go by my chiseled looks now. The body is just for the wife. Ugh. She's probably now sliding off the sofa in a coma after hearing that. Say, as you get older, everything goes wrong, doesn't it? But yeah, now there you go, update on the subscribers. Yeah, so if you like this video or you like any of my other videos, drop us a comment in any of them. Sometimes I don't get notified on older videos, but sometimes I do. You know, it's a bit weird really. But every month for every month and a half, I go through any comments that I've missed. I think, bloody hell, have I missed that many? And it's not intentional. But trouble is, you don't hear from them again, some of them. So you're probably upset them anyhow by missing it. But you get quite a few comments. Say you get so many comments, it's unbelievable. But you do get quite a few. You do miss them, that's what I'm saying. Another aeroplane, look. Every time I've been there, it's been an aeroplane. He's got his afterburners on. He's behind me and he's coming out of the sun, you know. It's probably Douglas Bader, isn't it? Anyhow, so yeah, there's an update on the channel. It's doing well. But it could always do better, so tell your mates out there. I'm going to eat the other half of my sandwich now. I'm not eating it on camera. And we haven't had anything yet. Still first cast out. I've moved myself up. I was 20 yards that behind me. I've come up now. I'm going to eat this sandwich, have another mouthful of water, cut that rubber strip, and then think about reeling in. And that'll be the time to check if my worms are any good. They might be useless, you know. As rag get older, when you put it on the hook and you cast out, they just break off. So if that's the case, I'll cast out with the flapper on, put the best worms on, and if I reel it in and they're gone, I'm just going to chuck them in the water for ground bait. There you go, eh? It's not ground bait, is it, Vernon? No. It's rubby-dubby. So I'll see you in a bit. Right, let's get this reeled in. Sounds like we've got motorbikes on the beach now. This rod is really light, unbelievably so. Is that recording? Yeah. Nothing on that. Bit of main rock. The bait hasn't been even touched, has it? I might actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some lugworm or something on that. I'm going to put some lugworm on that or something and just wind it on, freshen it up. That hasn't been touched. It's only been out there, what, quarter of an hour? So I'll stick some fresh bait on top of that, whack it out, because what we want is a dogfish or a bass or a hound, really, don't we? So see you in a bit when I've done that. Right, well, I've got a piece of bluey on that, on top of that squid, as you can see there. Trying to keep it in camera shot there. Right. I haven't cut the rubber, so I'm going to have to try and knock it out. That's probably about 100 yards. I've got magnets on full. I'm gonna, because it's a brand new reel, you see, I want to make sure it works. So I've got the magnets on full. Gonna start knocking them off now. It caught on the rubber again, but I pulled it out. But yeah, the reel works perfect. The thing is, we've now got a couple of idiots who are now pitching up right where I'm fishing. Yeah, Fat ass has just stuck the umbrella in. Why couldn't she stop down there? I don't know. We'll see. I'll tell you something. I'm not stopping fishing because it'll just wreck my day. The ragworm are still alright, so I'm going to bait up that other rig with ragworm for next. And the lugworm's gone. I didn't think it would last. It'd have been alright for Saturday morning though. Anyhow, I shall bring you back in a bit. I'm going to try and keep calm. I'll see you later. See that seagull out there? I've just chucked the lugworm in the water and the seagull was hovering over it. I didn't know whether he's going to take it or not. He didn't. Hopefully the morver that's up on the beach, she's setting all the towel out now. Hopefully she's just going to be up there sun worshipping until the water gets high water. By that point I'll be gone. I'm fishing until it's now 20 to 2. High water's 3:15, so 3:30 it'll be over and the water will be coming in 4:30, 5:30, maybe half hour after, maybe about 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'll be done because I can leave this beach. I'm not going to fish it to the top of the beach and then fish it over high. That's just not happening. I've come here today to fish it low water. I don't think she'll be coming down there. I'll be surprised because I think it's her mum's now coming and she's on a stick like I will be soon. That could be her old man actually, I don't know. You see, you'll all be thinking, Vern, there's loads of room on this beach. I don't mind seeing dog walkers, there's a couple of dog walkers over there because you know what they're doing. But people that sit down with a towel and a sun hat on, those two people, young people, they keep going right to 100 yards down there. Fantastic. They're absolutely spot on. And these people might just pitch up and sit there. But I can assure you, I hate busy beaches. Anywhere busy. I mean, when I fish Galston Pair, I have to get myself in the right frame of mind. Just not used to it. If you fish Galston Pair all the time, let's say Galston Pair or any pair, or you lot down south, it must be purgatory. But you're used to it, aren't you? You get used to it. For me, it would take a while to get used to, wouldn't it? Because I'm used to seclusion and no one about. And this is absolutely bloody lovely at the minute. But I've got this fret on my shoulder here that someone might just come down 10 yards away. Because you always get it. I've had it in the past all the time. Literally 10 yards and they'll paddle it. They don't go to the left. Is what it is, isn't it? The thing is, when they come, they're normally gone within 10 minutes, aren't they? And you think, what was all that about? But when, like me, if you're like me, you'd understand that if you fish a lot of hard to get to beaches, and that's what's in your blood, you come to a beach that fills up quick. I mean, I've come on a Monday, hopefully thinking that there'll be no one about, but obviously there's holiday makers, isn't there? Enjoying the beach, enjoying the sun as they're entitled to do. Yeah, they ain't coming far down there. If they came down there, they'd want to have a bus. And there ain't no buses, there's no donkeys either. All this beach and no donkeys, look. Well, there's nothing, is there? There's nothing. I'm just enjoying the day. It's luxury. Look, look, that way. And that way. And the only people there are up there. I don't think I've got too much to worry about ever. I do start flapping. Bit of a flapper, me. I've got a flapper. I'm going to try that next. Well, if you watched last week's video, eh? You know what happened there, don't you? Yeah. I beat John Spalton again, the match fisherman of Norfolk, the king of the shingle. Well, he ain't the king of the shingle yet. He might be though. The king of the shingle starting again. He could win it. But the champion Norfolk fisherman, I beat him on his own territory again. 41 centimetre bass to his 2 eels. I had an eel as well. So yeah, that was good, wasn't it? Just in case you'd forgotten, John, thought I'd remind you, like, that's all. See, there's loads of aeroplanes. These military aircraft are flying about that much every time. Every time I come down there, now they're either after me or they're practicing for something that might happen in July. We shall have to wait and see, because the time this comes out, it'll be July. Look at that rod. Now, to a non-fisherman, that rod there might look a little bit, well, it's a fishing rod then, with a beautiful green magalite on the bottom. You might think to yourselves, it's just a fishing rod then, but look at that. I'm watching that stiff rod there with a slight bend to the right, as you can see at the top. At the tip, it's bent to the right. That's unusual, that. It normally bends to the left, but I put the rod in that position. If I'd have moved it in that position, it'd bend to, probably have a bit of a bend to the left. I'm just waiting for that tip to go off. Once that tip goes off, I shall be yanking that and pulling it in and getting the slimy thing off the other end. That would be a fish. So wish me luck. I'm in a beautiful environment, as you can see. Very little wind, just a tiny bit. Lovely flat calm, but there's no fish about. I was told, you come fish at a low water, Vern, it's far better. Well, it's only good if the fish are in it. And I'm trying it here. I've done Sandylands. Well, yeah, it says Sandylands. I've done there at the outfall pipe. I'm doing here now. Next one I'll do will be Chapel Point, which isn't far away. But that's a lot longer walk. And Trunch Lane, I'll do Trunch Lane. But I think later on this week I'm going to head over to the Yorkshire coast. I've only been the once. I went to Wivensea during winter. I meant to say in the last video, it's summertime. We are in summer, so the codlin, the spring codlin, it never turned up for me. If I'd have gone over on that Yorkshire coast 10 times, I'd have probably caught one, wouldn't I? But things have to end, don't they? So last year, from summer to spring, I caught summer cod, autumn cod, winter codlin, and spring nothing. Didn't catch anything at all, cod wise or codlin. So yeah, it is what it is. And I had a good time. Don't like the winter. Don't know how I'm going to get through it next year, this coming winter. I shall fish the best days, and if I've got videos to put up which aren't fishing related, I'll put them up instead, because I ain't going out in the freezing. But I have got news to tell you, but I'll tell you that in a bit. Well, it's turned out great today, because that couple that had just turned up, I didn't think they were coming down, but she's come down now, but she's gone right over there again. So I can see her walking at an angle. It's fantastic. Now today is a good day, because I've never ever had anybody that actually think that what they're doing on a beach affects others, and everyone today have gone to the right. I mean, she's gone way far to the right, just to stay out of the way in case I cast, I suppose. Well, she don't know that, she's just gone over that way. It's fantastic when that happens. That's just a bit of, it's like a good bit of etiquette, isn't it? You know, I used to play golf a lot, and you have to learn a lot of that etiquette, and it's good to have. But yeah, you don't normally get that. You normally get them perch up. You've seen it in my videos, it's in other people's videos. It happens to everybody. We all have to deal with it. They just come, don't they, perch up beside you. They're loud, shouting, playing the radio, which does I have to leave then. And they swim right in front of you. But today is a good day. She's enjoying herself down at the water's edge. The other people are on the beach still. They're up there. He's got his kite down there, look. I don't know if you can see it. Black and yellow kite. Don't know what he's doing, because he's just got it flying it. I suppose it's just like flying a kite, I suppose. But that looks big enough to drag you along on a board with, on some wheels. Do you know what I mean? Whatever they're called. Land surfing or whatever, I don't know. Does it bloody matter? What a great day. What a gay day, isn't it? Eh? Absolutely brilliant. Nothing. I thought I might have a little tiny knock by now, but nothing. Let me stick you on the rods. Well, it's not for me to blow my trumpet at all, and I'm not going to. But John's doing his King of the Shingle. And John always, whenever we go to Sutton or anywhere really, he brings me bait, whether it's nearly dead or good bait. He always has some bait and lets you use it. He just brings it along. And he never takes anything for it either. So he was he's doing this King of the Shingle thing, so I just thought I'd help him out for a bit of a giggle as well as something else. But I've got him a trophy for his King of the Shingle, and it's for the smallest. It's for, see, I haven't worked it out properly yet. By the time you see his King of the Shingles, you'll see it if you watch it on Pompeat. That's twice I mentioned Pompeat now. Anyhow, I can hear the motorbikes, I can't see them. It sounds like they're having great fun. So it's for, I've done a trophy and I'm putting in just a small amount of money. It's only 20 quid, might be £26, but it's for, see, that's hard work, I've got to sit down and think. But basically John's always catching 26 white, and it's a bit of a joke. So I've got a trophy for that, and on it it's going to have for 26 centimetre whiting or any fish smaller. So basically it's 20 quid or whatever it's going to be to the smallest fish up to 26 centimetre. So whatever the smallest fish is, whoever gets that, they'll win a little prize. Because, you know, a lot of people go into these competitions and they don't win it, but they might catch a little tiny whiting. Please have buckets while you're fishing, so you can keep all your fish in a bucket of water, and then you can measure it and return it, and it'll live another day, won't it? And prosper for winter, and you got a chance of getting some. I just thought that'd be quite nice. But it's supporting John in his competition. That's all I'm doing. He's a good mate. He certainly listens to me talking on the phone, which is, if you ask Brett, is hard work. Go check out Brett's Fishing Diaries. So yeah, any phone call from me is normally a long one. So he puts up with that. He gets me bait. He don't take anything for it. He even picked a rod up for me, didn't he? He wouldn't have anything for that. He wouldn't even take any money for fuel. So this is me giving back to him a bit. And I've also got another trophy coming for King of the Shingle. Best car park banter it is. So it's all ridiculous, something and nothing, but it just sort of like, if you're there in that competition, you're in the car park, it'll just have a bit of a giggle, won't it, and give to the experience. And so yeah, I hope it goes all right. It's a 4-match competition over every second week, all on the shingle of Norfolk. By the time you see this, it'll be over, but I might put a short up. So yeah, if you want to go and join that, you'll probably miss this one, but he does it in winter time as well, and obviously he'll be doing it next summer. So John just wants to get to 40 anglers in his match. That's what he wants, that's his goal, and he's at 38. So anyhow, it's enough of that. It's enough of me looking good in the sunshine. It's enough of me thanking the woman of there. I did shout thanks to her and put my thumb up. I don't know what the fuck she thought I was going on about. I've moved down again. It's the second move down now. Hopefully it might be the last, but I have got an hour and a quarter to go. That woman that's just walked down there miles away from me, thank you very much. She's just walked back, packed everything up and gone. Unbelievable. Where's my gloves? So I've cut the rubber, I'm going to bring this in. I baited up a ragworm one, but that's only getting chucked out short. I think the weight is dragging in the sand. I don't know how these ragworm are going to fare, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast it out, short cast, And then what I'll do is check it in 5 or 10 minutes. If there's no worm on it, I'll just release them. Yeah, it's filming. There's absolutely shed loads of May rot on this line. It's turning my line from white to brown. Oh, there you have it. (2:15). No one down there. There's a chap walking that way. There's a people with dog the other side. It's a beautiful day. People are out today enjoying themselves. I didn't know why that couple left. Now, I just casted that rod. There's another red thump and it didn't feel nice. These rods are made for casting. They are not your Chinese bought rods, being 15 foot, 14 or 13 foot, that you can do another red thump and it feels brilliant. They feel not good at all. They are made to be put on the ground or to be swung as in a pendulum or a back cast. I think the net, if I do another short cast, I might put it on the ground and do an off the ground, but really gently. It'll feel so much better. Motionless, absolutely motionless, but that's fishing for you. It's about being there, isn't it? And what a cracking, look at that. I can't pick, ain't got words for it. Look at it. Boo! That was me. And yeah, and in that time that I shoe you all around me, that bloody rod still ain't gone. Right, journey here today was really nice, but there was this one person of the species that must be obeyed. She came out. Oh God, I give it away then, didn't I? She come out, her oncoming traffic, there was none. So she come out into the middle of the road, right hand turn, and sat there. Not in the right hand turn, on her road, and I was coming up at 50, 60 mile an hour. Doing the speed limit, I was about 55, and she was creeping all the time. It was like ridiculous. What are you doing? Because what happened is she pulled out and then saw me, because she weren't looking. So I had that was all right, nothing come of it, but it could have done, couldn't it? It could have been worse than that. Yeah, I think that was it really. There's possibly another plonker, like travelling at 40 mile an hour and a 60, but I got here in plenty of time. I got here at 12, just gone 12 at Hut Off, got my ticket and got here, and yeah, so it was not a problem. I was here at least 3 hours before low starts coming back in, so I was happy. So it was all nice and calm really, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? So yeah, update on the chicken. Yeah, the chicken has gone. The chicken has died. What happened is, just going back briefly in a time span, it's, you know, the cat Gizzy, he's been going in with the chicken all the time. Well, he didn't eat the chicken, but the chicken had stopped eating probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago. She stopped eating corn on the cob 2.5 months ago. So I was feeding her corn out of a tin and she was eating that, and then after about a month ago she stopped eating corn out of a tin, and then she slowed down eating her pellets. And we thought she was just eating bugs and critters, because it's springtime then, and there was species all over the floor in the grass and that, and she was pecking in the grass eating them. She was a good size. We were washing her backside, because she does get a bit of poo on her backside, to make sure no flies got on her, and we did that 3 times to try and stop that from happening, which we were doing okay. And yeah, she just, one day last week, no, it was the week before, it's irrelevant. One day I noticed that she was sat down all day, not walking about, and the next day she never come out of her hutch. But she did that night come from one end of the garden to a hutch, and she got in that night. And I put her on her perch at night, someone in an inflatable out there, and Gizzy was in there with her sleeping. And the next day she was on the hutch, and I picked her up and her feet were all curled up. So believe it or not, I took her to the vets, and the vet very kindly waived the £50 to see him. I paid £7.62 for the drugs. He injected her with some steroids and stuff to get her to eat, so that she picked up. By the Sunday, that was on the Friday I believe, on the Sunday she was actually stood up and her feet were open, and she was stood up, but she was still in the hutch, in her chicken pen, in her chicken hutch. Cat still going in, sleeping with her. And then on the Monday she weren't good, so I said to Karen, I'm going to have to take her to the vets Tuesday to have her put down. While she was at the vets on the Friday before, or whatever day it was, the vet said to me she's got cancer. He felt everywhere. He must have been feeling her for 10 minutes, and he said she's got quite a large lump where she shouldn't have a lump. And I said, is it an egg or is it corn or something like that? And he went, no, it's not in that area, it's cancer. It's time for the chicken to go into chicken heaven. So she got the injection, like I said. The Monday she went looking good. I was going to phone up the vets to make an appointment, and I went out to the hutch, and she'd passed away in the hutch, which I'm quite pleased at, because she passed away at in a hutch, and it weren't obtrusive, was it? It weren't, I don't know what the word is really. It was more natural. She weren't in any pain, because on the day before she was still looking around everything and looking at stuff. So yeah, I was rubbing her neck and everything, and she was quill and everything was still red. So yeah, she was all happy. It's just on the Monday afternoon when we went and checked her, I checked her for the second time, I thought, all right, we need to take her tomorrow, but I didn't have to. So I phoned the vets up and told them what happened, and some dickhead throwing stones now. He won't reach me though. So yeah, update on the chicken. So then what I did was, me and the daughter Tanisha, we buried her. I put her into a pillowcase, cotton pillowcase, only the best Egyptian cotton, buried her in the ground where all the cats are going to get buried, and I then cleaned the hutch out and put fresh sawdust in the hutch for Gizzy, because Gizzy is still going in the hutch and sleeping on top of the hutch as well as inside it. So anyhow, that's the update of the chicken. You won't hear any more chicken news from Vernon, I'm afraid to say. I'm not getting any more chickens. We did bring her in from the allotments for her to retire. She had her retirement. She never laid any eggs for years and years. It was just, she was on grass in her pen. We extended the pen as well onto more grass, and I built her a great hutch. So she had a good 4 or 5 years at home, just lording it up on her own. She was never fed up. They say you shouldn't have chickens on their own, but she was happy as a pig in shit, I'll tell you. And she ate like a queen. So that's the chicken news. I ain't getting another one. We've done our business, we've done our duty to her, and yeah, it's over now. Just got 4 cats to go, and then we're free. This rod still hadn't moved in all of that time me talking that. Now I expect some of you have switched off to that, haven't you? Some of you swear, oh, he's talking about the flipping chicken, isn't he? And you switched off and you unsubscribe. Well, it's tough luck. I've got to tell people, there's people out there that want to know about my chicken. And what was her name? In all this time, I think it was Chicken, because that's what I always called her, Chicken. Tanisha said that she used to call it Shirley or Sheila, depending on which one she decided when she looked at her. But for me, it was Chicken. When the vet said to me, what's the chicken's name? Because I was just asking them some advice, and they said, you need to bring it down. I thought, hey, here we go. She said, what's the chicken's name? I said, I think it's Chicken. I don't really know that I've named her. So then I said Henrietta and all this and stuff like that. All, oh yeah, but it's Chicken. Oh, the rod ain't moving, is it? It's just not moving. You can see that there, can't you? Nearly got a hook in my finger then. It's a bit big, isn't it? I can't believe that I didn't bring my bucket with me. Is that still filming? They're still filming, isn't it? You plonker Vern. Get me in the sunshine, look at that. Oh, yeah, still filming. Now, was I actually then talking to myself, or was I thinking it? What was I thinking? I chucked the jellyfish in, I walked up here, and then I undid the grips. Yeah, well, I'll tell you now, Tom, if I said something then that I shouldn't have said, which I don't normally, because I normally say what I think, but I don't particularly want people seeing me talking to myself, because they'll think I'm mad. You know what I mean? And if they do that, then but then if I didn't film, I'd be talking to myself anyhow. Probably not as much as I do, but I would be. I think everyone do really, don't they? And there's a chap there walking his dogs, playing in the water. It's all great from sunny Six Marshes. Well, I don't know what happened there with this camera. I must have pressed it on about 4 times. I am getting to the point of getting a new camera. I know what camera I'm getting. You will see it when I get it, and you will know what it is when I get it. But it might not just be yet, because I just bought all these reels. Anyhow, look at this, look at this, look at this, eh? Look at that. Can you see the Mayrot on there, the dirty, shitty colour, water? And we've got the Zziplex ZF250, and just look at that bend in that rod tip there. Can you see that? It's just curled over like that, absolutely waiting for a strike. Now the ZF250, from what I know, it's called ZF for Zziplex fishing. It is a rod for fishing, but also, don't shoot me if I'm wrong, Neil McKellar helped develop that rod for casting. I believe Neil McKellar, big caster in his day, not here anymore, bless his soul, used that for some big distances back in the day. Well, if you can pick a rod up like that for £140, yeah, if you can pick a rod up like that for 140 quid, why on earth are you going buying rods at 350 quid to £600? Do you know what I mean? There's more rod there than 90% of the fishermen in this UK around the coast that go fishing probably could ever extract the power from that rod. It is a fantastic rod. You can see the tip's bent over. It's not a glass tip. It's just a great rod. And for 140 quid, and if you've got a little bit of knowledge on doing things up like I have, yeah, to make rods look nice again. I wouldn't class myself as a rod builder, but I can certainly make them look pretty again. If you can do that, then why spend any more money? If you do want a new rod, go buy the Daiwa Kenzaki. Any of the Daiwa range, they're all underrated. Nobody ever talks about Daiwa anymore, do they? I was talking to John at Sutton in the last video, and he said they're totally underrated. He said they're absolutely a cracking rod, them Daiwa tournaments he's got. And my rod is absolutely fantastic. It's a little bit stiffer than his tournament rods in the butt, but it's a cracking rod. All you got to do is go and book a casting lesson with a casting instructor and just learn how to cast a little bit. There's no point buying a £600 rod, is there? And you can't cast. Absolute waste of money. All you're doing is wasting money. Like I'm wasting my time catching fish here, because I ain't catching fish. But I'm not wasting my time fishing, because I am enjoying myself fishing. but it is motionless. Look at that. Yeah, so there's plenty of old second-hand rods out there. You do need to check them and look at them and stuff and make sure they're all right. All the rods that I've bought, I've picked up myself and checked them, apart from 1, 2. But yeah, they're all good. Christ, if they haven't broke after 30 years, I don't think they're going to break for another 30, are they? And anyhow, you can buy a brand new rod now and it'll snap on you. Oh dear. Got some GGs down there now. We've got a, what I would call an Apache Indian horse, because it's got patches on it. And we've got a little Shetland pony with a little child on it. On the beach. It's nice, isn't it? Right, so this rig that's out here now is a 2-up flapper. It's got ragworm on it. I would say it's gone now. I'm going to bring it in a minute. And in the bait pack, I've got it baited up already, and I've put it in there to keep it cool, is half a squid with black lug. I don't think the water is going out anymore. We have got half an hour to low water. I do actually enjoy fishing these low water marks, because once you've stopped going out, you can then relax, and you're doing a lot more fishing low water marks than what you do high water marks. But I've given this a go here because I think it's deeper here than it is further up the coast. So I'm trying it out. Let's see if we catch. If you don't come and fish it, you don't know, do you? But the next time I come, I probably will miss Chapel, because there will be a lot more people sunbathing, playing, swimming. My other cat, Tab, I've got a cat called Tab, one called Louie, a cat called Pudge, and obviously Gizmo. We've got 4 cats left now. And Tab was sniffing Louie the other night, and Louie didn't like it, so Tab got a load of wallops in the head, hissed at 4 times, and Tab had to go. So he went in the to lay down in the kitchen. There you have it. Horses on the beach. Like I was saying, an Apache Indian horse. And a little Shetland pony with a little girl on it. They're having fun today. Why isn't she in school? That's what I want to know. Oh, we're going to get trouble in a minute. We've got 3 fellas coming here in shorts. I shall bring you back in a bit. I don't want to be talking dribble. See you in a bit. Nothing on that. I've slackened off the spines. Yeah, no, I ain't using rag again. They're all come off. I'm going to go chuck them in the water and let them see what they do. If they survive, they survive, doesn't it? Right, I've knocked the wires out on this. Oh, let me get my gloves on. I've knocked the wires out on this weight so that when I reel it in, they pop out because they were a bit too tight. There's no tide movement really. There's nothing that's really making it struggle to hold bottom. So that's what I'm doing. So let's get you out. I just looked up then as it was nearing the water and I saw it and it just hit the water and I whacked my thumb on it. It just went round half a turn on the spill, but I just pulled it back out and it's fine. Got 0.3mm line on there, and if anybody knows anything about line, 0.3mm line, you'll not ever empty a spool, but that's where it is at the minute. Well, as you can see, we've got a nice little bend there on the tip of the rod. This battery ain't lasting very well, and it's one of my old new ones, if that makes sense. Yeah, so yeah, look at that sat in the tide, absolutely fantastic. And the rod, I never realised, I've only used it a couple of times really, but the rod is really, really light. Is it lighter than modern rods? Well, it ain't far off. Ain't far off at all. That reel's good, but if you're getting a snag and stuff, you've got to pump and wind with that, because it hasn't got, a new Abu has got the pulling power of a Pen Fathom. Small handle as well. It's just a joy to use every now and then when you fish a low water mark. So that's what I got it for. It's holding up really well. I knocked the magnets back a couple of clicks then. Put it down. I don't know if you've noticed, but with my let's put that down. With my cast now, I'm actually got my feet further apart and obviously facing in the right direction now. Before, my stance was different because I was putting that step in. Now I'm facing to the water with my feet further apart, and that's making my body at the bottom a lot more stable, and I don't get that shooting pain through my hip now. Paul, who I met, can't remember his last name, Paul, who I met down at the outfall pipe at Sandylands, he's in one of the videos that's just gone, got a beard. He said to me about move your feet further apart, make it more stable, it'll be better for you. And I didn't think I could, but I did it and it was been all right ever since. So I just remembered that, and I actually thought about pull punch on that a bit more. Not perfect, but I was happy with that cast. That cast went dead straight and it went at a good distance. It's gone out 100 yards, if not further. With a big bait on at Sandylands. I think it was Sandylands. No, it wasn't. It was Hare, wasn't it? Anyhow, in my previous videos, I've got a bait line measure. I've got it in my bag now, but I can't be asked to do it today. But I've got a line measure, and I tested it, and I think I was 118 or 122, whatever it was, meters. With a bait on, that's a good cast. That is, you're casting out there where there may be fish. I've had 2 casts out at distance. I've had one cast close in with ragworm. That one has gone out again. I think unless you get fresh ragworm, it's no good using soft ones. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to go over to that water indentation point there, and I'm going to dig a hole in the water, and I'm going to stick these ragworm in it and give them a chance. I know it's not their environment, but let's give them a shot, eh? Time now is 3:02, and this is what I've got to look at. Absolutely stunning. For all you out there that can't get on the beach because of illness, disability, can't afford it in these times, I hope this video just helps. I hope this video you enjoy. Just remember to hit that thumbs up button, drop me a comment, click subscribe, it's free, don't cost you out, you don't even have to watch me. Well, you do have to watch me. I've got fantastic subs to view ratio. It's brilliant, I think. I will check and see what percentage aren't subscribed. Might tell you in the next video. See you in a bit. Don't forget, kids, use your suntan oil. I use this because the wife bought me it, but it's a spray, so I spray it and I ain't got to get it on my hands, which then will affect my hands for the bait, and it makes your hands all slimy. You have to wash them. This I just spray on. Does it work? Well, if I put it on, I don't end up like a tomato, so I guess it does work. I've got factor 30 and that one there is factor 50. But with that I wear a hat as well. I've got another hat in my bag, a new hat. You haven't seen it yet. I will put it on. John has seen it. It's colourful, but it's got a bigger peak on it, so it covers all of my neck down to my top. But I've put suntan oil on when I was at the van. I've put a second lot on now. Should be all right. I haven't got a bloody fish. Oh dear, excuse me. It's lovely sitting there. I meant to have gone fishing Friday, but I got the tides wrong. Then I was going to go Saturday. Couldn't be asked to get up in the morning to get here for low water. I couldn't be asked to get here for high water. I think high water was at 7 o'clock. Well, that's just inhumane, getting up at like 1 in the morning to come fishing. 56 now. Saturday came and went. Didn't bother Sunday. Decided I was gonna come fishing today, and this is where I'm at. Yesterday, me and the wife had a barbecue. Few beers, and I ended up falling asleep on the sofa. Meant to have a shower, so I woke up this morning, got straight in the shower. Smelt a bit smoky. So I couldn't go to bed last night because I smelt smoky, and I was absolutely shattered. Plus I'd got a bit drunk, drinking proper beer. Do like proper job. It's nice drink. That rod's bent lovely into that water, into it. It's just nothing there tapping away. Oh, I'm ever so tired just lately. Don't know what's the matter with me. But I did get a bit skew-whiffy yesterday, and I think as the wife was saying I'm off to bed, I was thinking I needed a shower and fell asleep straight away. I'd missed having a shower by an hour, because if I'd had a shower an hour earlier, I'd have been all right. So yeah, I didn't get into bed because obviously I stunk of smoke, I wouldn't have got my tea for the rest of the week. My missus would have swore at me. Do you know, I'm going to bait that flapper rig up next with squid on it and see what happens. See you in a bit. Anyhow, that was the story. That was all the story there was from the barbecue and me not having a shower because I stunk of smoke because I fell asleep. There ain't no more to tell. Jack and Ori Story Corner is going to become a feature, but mostly when I'm fishing with other people. I have got plenty of stories to tell, but I don't think I'm going to tell one today. I wish that rod would bloody jump and move. It doesn't look like it's going to though, does it? I thought there'd be a few hounds in. Oh dear. Oh, I keep yawning. I might have another sandwich. See you in a bit. Well, the tide is turned now. Time is 25 to 4. So, tide is on its way in. So it'll be the start of moving back. I think I'm gonna go back as far as where this puddle is behind me, and then I'll probably say that's it. And if I haven't caught, it's a blank. Let's hope I catch on that last cast. I've cut my bait ready to put on the hooks for the flapper rig. I'll probably fish that flapper rig. Well, I'll probably fish those 2 rigs all session now. It is getting a little bit cold on my back. The wind is picked up. It was blowing in my face. Well, that bag is waterproof on the inside because it's got rubber on the inside, canvas on the out, rubber on the in. So I brought a wind smock with me because I knew the wind was about, as it always is. I think as the week goes on, the wind's going to blow from the west. Thursday, Friday, I think it changed Thursday. Definitely Friday, it's blowing from the west. As of yesterday, which was Sunday. Now, it's lovely and warm with that sun on you. But that wind's picked up and blowing straight on my back and side, and it's making me chilly. So I've put me I shan't say the name because they block me. People that can't take criticism, eh? But it's a bloody good smock. It does its job, it works. It cuts the wind out, and I'm now feeling not so cold. Glorious day though, absolutely glorious. I've had a chat with people going past, talk to me about fishing and what you catch, all the usual stuff. If you're a fisherman, you know what they talk about. It's been pleasant, it's been enjoyable. Good job I weren't eating my breakfast, that's all I'm gonna say. Good job I weren't eating my breakfast, because it might be different. Yeah, so when I let me put it over here because the sun's there, isn't it? I was looking at a reel yesterday to buy. Yeah, I know, but you're a long while dead, ain't you? And whatever I buy at the right price, in my opinion. So they'll resell. We'll not lose the money. You don't get any interest on your money at the minute. And if I die, the wife will just have to sell it all. And she'll get the money back plus a bit extra, so. As long as I get these Zziplexes done up, because then she'll be able to sell them all done up and fresh, won't she? But I don't plan on dying yet. Not today, anyhow. But I'm going to put that up because now I look like Windy Miller. Well, don't I look like Lifeboatman, doesn't he? He's got a picture with that up. Anyhow, I digress. What was I going to talk about? Yeah, I was looking at another reel. It was a 5500 Mag Elite, but the frame was a 5500. The side plates were a 6500. That reel is a 5500 throughout. It's brilliant. And I was looking at it. It went for 93 quid. But I would have won it because I'd have just put down what I wanted to put down. I don't think anyone would have beaten it. But as I was looking at it with about 10 minutes to go, I noticed that all the pictures were took with a flash. And the flat bar, because it was an original Abu cage, was shiny on one side from the chrome, from the flash, but on the other side it was black. Now, chrome does go black if you haven't got a flash on it, but you could see two flash marks on the side cover and on the edges of the chrome. So as soon as I saw that and the cage wasn't perfect, I didn't bid on it, so I let it go. But like I say, I'm gonna go see Dud when I finish this session, and he should have a reel for me, which he says is mint. He said it has got a couple of small marks, but it's mint. Well, if it's the right price, I shall buy that, and then I shall get another aluminium cage, I think, and I shall have another pretty blingy reel. Now, I watched Mike West, is it? You know him from Seaglow, who makes all the Seaglow stuff. I watched him once when he used to do a lot of fishing videos, and he had an Achios, green Achios it was, green frame and green side plates, and I was like, oh, it's ghastly, ghastly. But since then, I've got an Abu, which is similar, and I quite like it. So I'm going to pick this Mag Elite up, which is a green Mag Elite. You can guess where I'm going here, can't you? I'm going to get this green Mag Elite if it's in good nick, and I'm either going to get an aluminium cage colour, a blue cage, so it's green and blue. I know it shouldn't be seen unless there's something in between, but that's what I'm going to do. Or I'm going to get a green one. But I might keep the spool for now, just get the frame, keep the spool that comes with the reel, rather than having a green spool. I think that might be too much, so I might get a green spool at some point. I might be talking to that, oh, what's his name? Hang on. Bear with me, bear with me. I'm getting there, I'm getting there, I'm getting there. I might not be, actually. Put these glasses on. Simon Bradbury. I think he's Mr. Achios. Anyhow, the reason I got speaking to him is because I asked Mike to get me a part for something or other. Can't remember what it was now. Reel, I believe. Yeah, it was a reel. It was a screw I lost. As you do, drop it. Mike was going on holiday, so I had to phone up Achios, and he sent me a screw free of charge. Very, very helpful. I did say I'll pay for it, but he sent it free of charge. Then I bought that AKS Sportscast, which I didn't realise AKS Sportscast, AKS clue there, make those spools, those cages for Abu reels, and they do other stuff as well for Abu, so that you can tart them up. Well, I couldn't get a 5.5 cage for my Abu, so I ended up getting one eventually, and I ordered a strengthening bar to do the mod on it from Black Dog Tackle. He's a fantastic bloke at Black Dog Tackle. You want any Abu or Pen spares, he's very well priced as well. Go check out Black Dog Tackle because he's great. And I was talking to him for like bloody half an hour, and I was thinking, Christ, I need to be going because he's busy. But he just kept talking, so I kept talking. Fantastic bloke. So yeah, so I got speaking to, I phoned him up, because I phoned him up for Simon Bradbury for this screw, I then phoned him up for that cage. Mike was still on holiday, you see. So yeah, I got the cage. So I'll get another one. I was going to get that reel off dud, and I was going to turn it into a 5500, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it as a 6.5. These reels are for low water mark, so I've got the Green Mag Elite 5.5. I will have a Green Mag Elite 6.5 with different aluminium frame, and I've got a 6500 as well. So I've got reels for low water mark, so I can just go in my cupboard, grab a reel, grab one rod. If I'm fishing high water and I want 2 rods, because it's easy to fish 2 rods high water, what I'll do is I'll grab a couple of Abus that are the same, or I'll bring my Pen Fathoms. Always use the Pen Fathoms on the Oldness Coast because they're a big reel, you need it. Over on this coast as well, sometimes you cast out in them clay beds, like there is clay out there because I've got it on the line in places, it's washed off now. You need a sturdy reel for that as well. But it's just nice, you know, fishing for me, and I can only speak for myself, but fishing for me is all about, I don't know what that is there he's looking at, something's dead on the ground. Still a bit into fish. Yeah, sorry about that, battery run out. Fishing for me, it's about coming here and being in this environment here that you can see around. You know, it's absolutely fantastic that what I'm looking at, and it's just nice being. This is why I like sea fishing and not freshwater. I could freshwater in a river that's meandering round, but this is it for me. On top of that, it's just nice to sit down and you got a rod that you like, you've got a reel that you're happy with, and it's just nice having Christ, this is a hobby. So because it's a hobby for me, I like to have a reel, I like to have different rods, I like you mixing it up, but I also like just fishing with my Kentuckys because they're fantastic. So that's what fishing is for me. I like to sit on my box, see a nice reel, see a nice rod, enjoy that rod. I ain't just bought it just to say I've got this, that and the other. And again, for the fishing videos, I like to mix it up. There's people out that watch my videos that aren't bothered about what I use. They aren't bothered if I catch, they just like hearing me rattle on. There's other people out there like seeing the fish. Well, they don't get to see that many of them, but there's other people that like to see the rods, the reels, what I do, what I rattle on. My videos cover a vast array of fishing on a beach, from getting out of your van to getting back to your van and having a session. And from what I get from the comments is that there's something that people take from my videos in every video through the comments that are commented to me. And that's what it's all about. If I can do something, trip over, fall over, have a rant, moan, whatever, opinionated, then if you can take something out of my videos, then it's an enjoyed video, isn't it? So, but that's my fishing. Don't think I'm a tackle tart, because I'm not. If that reel falls on the floor and gets damaged, it's damaged. I'll use it. I'll buy another side plate when one comes available. They are getting hard to get at the minute. It might be different in 2 months' time. It might be flooded with them. But then I'll take that side plate and keep it in my wardrobe, in my fishing cupboard, and then at some point put it on. Do you know what I mean? Because could drop it again, couldn't you? But that's fishing for me. It isn't just about coming here and catching a specimen or catching, you know. It's just, for me, turning up here, getting the rod out, reel out, nice weather, casting out. That's enough. Now, admittedly, it does get to points in the session where you think, right, it's time to catch fish now. But today, I ain't even at that yet. That rod is bent perfectly over there. Absolutely stunning. That rod is so light as well. In my opinion, I think it's really light. What rod did I use last time? My Icons are heavier than that. And that's a modern rod. They're a good rod. They're stiff as arseholes. You wouldn't want an arsehole as stiff as them leader Icons I got, I'll tell you. Absolutely great casting rod. And that's a 170, 180 pound rod. There's people go on, don't they? Oh, buy this, buy that, buy the other. There's so many rod manufacturers. Well, there isn't that many out there now. They're all going continental, aren't they? In 14, 15 foots. But yeah, leader Icons. Brand new, 170 quid. Second hand, 80 quid for a half decent one. Good rod. I've got them. I ain't got a problem with them. A little bit heavy. Oh, what I was using the other day, my TF250s. They're not heavy rod. I don't think they are. Billy sold it to me because I think he wanted me to have it. And but he said it was a heavy rod for him. And I can see where he's coming from, because you can feel the weight in it. But then I have got a reel on it that probably weighs 800 grams as well. So it does feel heavy. But it definitely feels heavier than that ZF250 there. That is lighter than the TF250s. I'll have to tie them up one day and just weigh them. And see what they are. There's probably grams in it, if that. Anyhow, it's a little bit of a rattle on. I'm going to keep watching these rods. I've just moved my box back to there. I've only moved it 8 yards. And I've probably got the same distance, maybe a little bit more, to the water's edge. With my rod in between, so I'll move my rod up. I have got a squid on that rat, and the squid has been coming back. I shall walk back a couple of times with that, and then I shall chuck a flapper rig out with squid on. See you in a bit. Right, I think you're in the shop. Let me just check this in. Tom will leave this bit in the bugger. This is the political bit, but you can watch my rod at the same time, can't you? What I want to say is, by the time this video comes out, the election will be over, like I said in the last video. And I would assume that the Red Party, Labour Party, is in power. I don't know how they've got away with it on the news channels and everything, because they're meant to be impartial, aren't they? But with all the polls out saying that they're going to win this, they're going to win this and all this, all these polls influence people's voting. In my opinion, just what I think. I think these polls that all come out up to the election influence people big style, and I don't know how they get away with it, because I didn't think you was allowed to be biased, because it's that bad it's becoming biased, in my opinion. But I would say Sir Flip Flop and the tool makers are in power by now. But what I want to talk about is I was watching the news today and there was a bloke on there talking about the Tory party, and that if a vote for reform is a vote for Labour, blah blah blah, you need to vote Tory. Well, I'm afraid to say the Tory party's had 15 years or so to put things right, to keep centre to right voters in wanting to elect the Conservative Party, and they haven't done it. They haven't done it. So they are ruling the roost now, aren't they? They are getting their comeuppance. And I'm afraid to say, if there's ever to be a Conservative Party that's centre to right instead of centre to liberal, because that's what it is, I think they have to be destroyed to then realise that being a globalist, centre to left, isn't what all the country wants. Might be the big plan. It's little, honest to God, there's two parents down there. They've gone over there as well. There's two parents there with a little toddler. He's dressed in blue with a blue hat, sun hat on. They're taking pictures of him crawling, and they're just having mum and dad time with a newborn. He's crawling along on his hands and knees on the sand to his dad, and his mum's filming. I'm gonna have a tear come to my eye in a minute. It's great to see. I don't know if I'll ever see it. So yeah, so I think some things have to be destroyed and then rise out of the ashes like a phoenix, and yeah, serve them right. And these people that are crying the fact of don't vote for these because there's a vote for them, you've had your slot, you've burnt your bridges, and they, at the moment, week and a half is it, or 2 weeks left to go, they still don't see it. So there you go, Tom. That was my political bit. I think that was all right. That was only a rough outline of this, that and the other. No slagging off dickheads. And yeah, keep an eye out for Flip Flop and the Toolmakers' new release. I would say that government that's in power now, there should be technically U-turn after U-turn after U-turn, because they've never been in power. They are not a government that's used to power, and they'll make decisions and then have to U-turn. You saw it with Cameron, yeah, you saw it with Boris, you'll see it with all of them. Time will tell. Let's see if this premonition of Verns sea fishing comes to light. Anyhow, that's it, the politics. I think that was quite light-hearted and everything, and it's only factual views in my opinion. So see you in a bit. That tide, you can see a brown line just out there, and then it's clear blue. So I have got squid and black lug on still. I don't think I've got anything on it, but I am enjoying myself. Absolutely beautiful day, and there's people walking about with just little tops on. Well, when you're sat on a box watching a rod, you soon get chilly with a wind blowing on your back. But now I've put my red smock on, I'm alright. But when I walk back to the van, I'll probably take it off, because I'll be sweating like a pig by the time I get back to the van. Mother. Right, out there's a bloke swimming. He's stood up now, and he's to his waistband on his swimming shorts, which he's just pulled up. So I would say he's in nearly a metre of water. Nearly a metre of water. So out there where I'm fishing, and he's halfway into the brown stuff, the brown water, and that's about 0.8, 0.9 of a metre deep. Mind you, he's quite tall. So I am fishing in actually quite a depth of water. So I'm way past that brown stuff. I'm in the blue stuff, bluey green. So I'm fishing in over 1 metre of water here. I shouldn't be giving out such good information, should I, really? But I am, because that's the sort of chap I am at times. So yeah, that's good to know, isn't it? Because you'd think here with this beach all the way it is here, you'd think that you're in probably 6 inch, 10 inch of water. Well, no, it's not the case. Oh, look at that, there's some tide on that now. Can you see that? Look at that, bending into the water. So yeah, I'm into quite a bit of water really. So when you're fishing high water, and it'll be from here all the way, even Trunch Lane will be the same. High water, well, if you could reach out there, you'd be into a lot of water. But you're in a good couple of metres of water on a big tide. So even fishing low water, you're still in some good water. Depth of water, you know. Got a bit of tide running now. We have got a bit of tide running. So, yeah. Just something for me when I watch this back. Oh, there's a bit of water out there. Bit of depth of water out there, Verns. You forgot that, didn't you? Well, you know, when I'm shitting my nappy and dribbling all down my top, swearing at everyone because I don't know who they are. Yeah. And it's not like it is now. Now, that rod just went. Now, I know I've let this out. Perhaps it's the tide. So I've either got a bit of tide on this rod now, or the weight's not holding. I have got 5 ounce weights. I've fished 5 ounce all the way. So I might go up to a 6 ounce, we'll see. I've got to move back shortly. I've got, what, 5 metres there. 2 metres to my rod. So we'll start going up. Then the trouble is, as soon as I go up there, it's going to be wet. There's something laying on that beach there. I don't know if it's something dead, but obviously it'll be dead and cooked now. I bet you it's a dogfish, isn't it? Ah, that dogfish. And the last time I was fishing there, I caught a dogfish. And I said to you, I'll keep an eye on that. Well, it went back and I didn't see it. When I was packing all my gear away, I just happened to look down to the beach and the flipping dogfish was on the beach. So I ran down as fast as I could in me hobbly fashion. And when I got down there, picked it up, its gills were still going, hoinked it in the water, and I mean hoinked it, never saw it again. Saw it swimming out, it was still shallow, saw it swimming out. I stayed there for probably 3/4 of an hour watching the tide go out and making sure that fish weren't beached. It was just one of them things I was like thinking, oh, I don't want it to die. But, you know, a bit soft as you get older, ain't you? Anyhow, I shall bring you back when I've moved all this stuff back and whatever, and may film it. It might not get put in the video though. All depends how long video you get, because I don't want them too long. You know, 2 hours is about enough, isn't it? Christ, I get fed up watching me after 2 hours. Right, I'm going to reel this in and then get the flapper rig out, and then I'll have to move back again. I've just moved back. The water's coming straight away. It gets a bit flat here, so it'll come in quick. Once I get up there, past this puddle there, it's a wet area. It's raised up there. It's a sandbar there. So that pipe down there has gone now, which they were pumping sand up, and this beach is now going back to normal, i.e. it's not getting built up. Got a bit of pull on it. Is there weed on this or a fish? Might be weed on it. I think there's weed on this. I need to walk it up, I've got weed on it. Unbelievable. Full of May rock, slimy shite. I think when I was reeling that in then, I think my line was wrapped round the tip. But yeah, if it was, it was. Right, we're going to do a shorter chuck out now. Bait up this flapper rig. That reel was hard work reeling it in, and I'm now thinking that it was the line tangled round, but that could have been when I walked it back. So yeah, it was making some sort of noise, like it was virtually stopping, or it had got sand in it. It's got brand new bearings in it. I put ceramic bearings in it and everything, but I didn't take the gearbox apart. So tomorrow's job will be strip the gearbox, your turning handle apart. Let's hope that ain't buggered. But I'm going to use it again now. I'm only doing a short chuck out, reel it in, see if it's all right. Hopefully it will be. I've got May rot on this, but it's slime. It's just like slime. So there, that was put down off the ground with just a silly little chuck, and felt a lot better than doing another red thump. The amount of slime I've got on my reel is nobody's business. It is terrible. So I'll take you back. Hopefully this will get left in. It's quite funny when Tom sometimes do it quick. Hey Tom, how about doing a fasted up one when I put this box down? Because it made Karen laugh last time you did it. Yeah, now you get the box and everything, don't you? I'm gonna have to take his coat off. I'm getting hot. That ain't going no further. There's some bloke in Lidl's yesterday doing that. He was in his car and he was doing this with his hair and stuff. Well, when he eventually finished and I'm ranting in the car, in the van behind him, get out of my space, you bastard. He pulled up to pull away. He must have been in his 60s. No hair. I don't know what he was doing all this for and doing this with his hands. He looked to me like a fucking lemon. That's what he looked to me. Right, we're here now. We're now getting in the soggy stuff. Oh, yeah, we're in the soggy stuff. Where are we at now? Yeah, so that reel, see, you buy these reels, they can all be fixed. There's nothing that can't be fixed on them. I don't know if you can put them bearings in that middle bit. I'm hoping that that just needs a bit of grease in it. I never checked. I should have stripped it apart and checked it all. But I didn't. But it reels in all right. It's just when it's under loads of load. So I'll check that out. Sort that out. That won't take 2 minutes. Might just be dry. Might just want a bit of cleaning and grease. And I'll clean it properly this time. Yeah, it can only be that bearing, innit? I don't know if you can't get them. That's the problem with these abus now. Parts are drying up. They don't make them anymore, I don't think. They don't make them because they don't want them to compete with their other reels and stuff. But yeah, we moved back again. Still nothing. So we got a 2-hook flapper out now with some squid on. This might be a blank. I think John fished the other day and didn't catch out on the coast. And I think there was a match on there and there was very little caught. I think there was only 7 or 8 of them fishing in the comp. But we're here giving it a go, aren't we? And I was told to fish low water marks. It's opened up fishing for me, so I wouldn't have been able to fish this week unless I wanted to fish at night time and bring all my lights, which I don't. So it's good. It is good for me. There's a bloke there, his missus has just walked across the sand where there's a water stream, and he was going to walk all the way around, and she's just told him there's a shorter bit there you could possibly jump. Oh, I don't know. Men in the shoes, they're all getting mucky. But yeah, I'm going to have to shift back again in a minute. So what I'll do is I'll bring you back. I'll get the other pulley rig baited up again for the last chuck out. That'll be the last chuck. But he ain't gone across it at all. He's now walking back round. And she's looking at him thinking, you donut. So we'll get his shoes wet. Oh, I've seen it all now. Well, it's been nice here. It's been lovely. The wind's died now, so I've took my top off. I can feel the sun on me back again. I was getting too hot in that coat. But when I was down there, it was lovely. And the idea of them coats is they're a lot lighter than a hoodie. They're lighter than a hoodie. They cram up into a smaller little ball in your bag. Ideal. Ideal. If you're just trying to chop out a bit of cool wind. Anyhow, I'll bring you back when I reel this in, cast out again. Well, I've just had a wee in the water, as you do, because no one can see you, dangly bits, and especially if you got them in blancmange. But while I was having a wee, I saw a beetle in the water, and I thought, bloody hell. He seemed to be doing all right, but when I finished, I went and got him in my hand. I think he was pleased that I'd got him, and I've just walked all the way back there over my shoulder, all the way back there, because there's a pool of water at the end of the beach, and chucked him on the slope. And as soon as he hit the ground, he started running around doing what beetles do. But yeah, that's my good deed for the day, I think. You can do a good deed every day. It's not such a bad thing, is it? Never know, I might go to heaven. I might do. But yeah, I couldn't see him drowned. Bloody knackered me walking up there though, I'll tell you. Right, see you in a bit. I'm gonna have to bring it back yet again. Since you saw me bring it back, so hopefully Tom speeded up from when I said speed up. It's yeah, I brought it back again, and I'm now gonna have to do it again, and I've got water coming in here now. So I shall go back there, and then I shall probably be calling it a day. Time is 4:45, so it's nearly been, it's been an hour and a half since low water. I can keep fishing, it's not a problem. It's a lot of May rot slime though, and it's not got the weed in it, it's just goop. My rod's in water, look. Can you see that? I'm gonna go rescue it. I'll tell you what that could have been on that reel. Could have been the carbon washers. So glad it's coming in again. Look, I'm gonna have to shift quick. There's water coming in right quick. It must be really flat in this part of the beach. That was a quick bit of the beach. I ain't gonna fish much more. This is probably my last cast now. I'll sort that rig out, I'll make a decision. But this bit here is quite flat, so I'll have to whack out a big one. Well, whack it out as far as I can whack it. I'll be in some water. I'll be in a good bit of water, because you can see by his waist. At least he was in a metre of water at least. If he had moved out another 3 or 4 feet, he'd have been down to past his belly button, I reckon. But he was up to that anyhow, sagging a bit. Oh, meow! Doesn't it come to us all? But yeah, if I ain't caught up to now, I'm certainly not fishing high water and over. Because every time I've done this beach, I've literally caught on the last cast. I had the bass with Keith, and I had a dogfish when I fished there on my own, which was 2 videos ago. But I've had a great day. I've absolutely had a lovely day. This sun is absolutely glorious. It's been a long while coming, and I tell you now, the last 5 or 5 days since the cold weather went in June, so don't give me this bullshit Met Office that it's the warmest June on record, because your May records must have been doctored. My house, it never saw a day without rain, and in June, which we're still in now, it was only a week ago, probably 8 days ago, that now it would have been probably 6 days ago or 7 days, anyhow it was a week ago that we had our fire on. We were digging out coal from the coal bunker because we need to fill it up, and I cut a load of wood, and we were having fires at night time to warm the front room up, because I even put the heating on for an hour, because one night we didn't light the fire because it was late. It was like 8 o'clock when we got in, and it was like, I put the heating on. But we had 2 or 3 nights where we had the fire, coal and wood. It was glorious. I was adding to climate change. Is that rod gone? Because I'm talking to you. Is that rod gone? Oh well, flapper rig saves the day. That's all I can hope for. Yeah, so I was talking about that bearing. I'm going to clean that bearing out in the side plate. I think you can put a new one in it. I'm not sure. They're definitely pressed in, so we shall see. But I've never ever come across one of them buggered, and it certainly works. It don't turn back. So what I'm thinking, that the carbon washers are moving. So we should clean that. It's probably got a load of oil in it. You shouldn't put oil in them. But that was heavy, that was. That Abu reel, the 5500, lovely reel, but it is a dainty reel. It is a reel for clean beaches, which this is. It's not good if you get a load of May rot on, because that seems to put quite a bit of drag on your line coming in. water's coming in again. Yeah, this will be the last cast, because I am not fishing off the slope, because if I fish off the slope it's not low water, is it? Time is 5 to 5, so it's coming up to 2 hours of a low. I would say I'll make 2 hours of a low and that'll be it. So that's a bit of a learning curve there. The other beach, there must be a bit more of a slope on it. This beach is very flat. When I look across there, it's just flat. Whereas if I'm at Sandy, it's going up. So this comes in a lot quicker here, as you've seen and I've witnessed. But these locals that are telling me that you can catch of a low, yeah, I have caught of a low. I've caught a dogfish and Tom's caught a turbot, but it's not prolific. But we might not be in a prolific time of the month for fish here. It might have slackened off a bit. I think my next fishing session, I'm going to check the tides out, check the weather, and it will be on the Holderness coast. So we'll be Kentucky's and Pen Fathoms there. Right, I shall bring you back when I reel this in, and it'll be sayonara. Right, I'm going to reel this in and then I'm going to chuck another out. One more cast after this. I know you're disappointed, aren't you? Bloody hell, then, it's going to be ages long. I'll tell you what's wrong with the side plate. I ain't done it up. Just in case you didn't know what I look like. It's heavy. Reel's alright now. It's surprising what making sure the screws are tight does. Bloody heavy. Fucking May rot. May rot all the way. Reel's alright now. I've got a fish. I've got a fish. done it again, haven't we? We've done it again. Dropped it bloody twice. Give it a quick measure. Is that recording? Oh, please record. Well, 45, 46, 47, 48, 50 centimetre. Will you stop putting fucking sand in my eyes, for God's sake? There you have it. 50 centimetre bass. Maybe the thumbnail? Can't believe it. Will you stop it? Not getting used to these bass yet. I'm eating sand. Right, let's get that back. Right, he's gone. He swam around a bit. I'll keep checking. He did swim around a bit, but I dropped him twice. That doesn't do him any good, you know. But I just couldn't keep hold of him. Holding him in his mouth as well. But I'll check in a minute. I've got to get all my gear back. Look, the water's coming in. It's frantic. It is frantic. I will have another chuck out, but we beat the blank. It was last cast again in it, but then I decided to bait up, so never mind. What a beautiful bass, about for 50 centimetres at least. So as a matter of fact, it's here. So if I go like that and go like that, 46, $52 centimetre. So I'm chuffed with that. That's accurate enough for me. I ain't in no match. So I'll get this stuff back. In fact, let's get it back now while I'm here talking to you. Oh, you bastards. It's getting heavy. We've got one more cast and that's it. So we've caught a bass. Well, hour and 50 minutes from high, and we caught it on a flapper rig on a sliver of squid. So yeah, you don't need crab. Just come down, get your rigs out, flapper rigs, squid, see what you can catch. So I'm gonna get this stuff back. I'll bring it back for the next cast out, and then and I ain't casting it far either. There's bass out there, they're coming in. So see you in a minute. Can't help thinking I should have chucked out the flapper rig again. Flatten that off too much, didn't I? So, at least we know what the problem was with the reel. These screws on the side plate had come loose. I've been playing with it all week. Put ceramic bearings in it and all sorts I had. Yeah. So anyhow, I've got that. I'll put this flapper rig away now. That is the last cast. I didn't want to fish off that there, but it's a lot flatter, this beach. A lot flatter. So you're moving back a lot quicker here than you are further down there at the outfall pipe. Unbelievable. Did I see the bite? No. Do I care? No. Caught a bass on a flapper rig with a bit of squid. Yeah, I put him back and he swam round and round, and then he went on his back, he went belly up, and then he righted himself and he swam round 2 or 3 more times and went out and come back and went out. And then when I went out of screen or whatever, he then went further out and I could see him swimming along the surface, and he has gone. There is nothing on this shoreline here, because he'll be that way if he's flopped over, but he hasn't. He's gone. The same as the last time I was there. That dogfish saved the day as well, because I saw him and ran down, because I've got quite a sprint on me, as you just saw running down for that bass. I've got a cut of speed, I'll tell you that. See you in a minute. Right, well, I've walked all the way down that beach to the left and walked all the way to the right, and there is no bass. He swam out. I saw him swim out after he'd done a few loop-the-loops and rounds. Well, he did one of them. Yeah, I watched him. He went probably about 10 yards to the left and then swam out. So he just didn't have enough oxygen in him, did he? So try and grip it tighter on the mouth. I don't like doing it, but I need to do it. I was gripping him, but he still spun out. They've got a flick on them, you know, and then you get sand in your face. But there is a dogfish down there. When I was on the beach earlier, some bloke looked at it, and I saw it as a line, and I thought there's definitely a carcass on there. It's not weed. And I walked down there and I could see it down there, and I carried on walking, and yeah, it was a dogfish. So that's from another session. That's probably from this weekend probably. So, you know, sometimes they don't go back, do they? But dogfish have got a habit of swimming back up onto the beach because they get disorientated again. So keep a lookout, chaps, for your dogfish, because they are a fish. They pretty fish. They stop a blank many times, don't they? So yeah, check and check and check, and then always look back again after you've sorted your stuff out. Look back again, because if it's on the beach, they're quite hardy. You can just pick it up and throw it out. I mean, it don't matter, as long as you throw it from behind the gills, so you're not helicoptering it from its tail. Get it out there in some water so it ain't getting hit by the waves. Give it a chance to acclimatise and think, right, I'm off. Anyhow, last cast is out. The water's coming onto the tripod. I shall show you. Next time you see me, I'll be saying goodbye after reeling that rod in. Right, well, I've had enough now, so I'm reeling this in. I haven't seen anything on it. I could wait until it's in at the shore here, but I did say I didn't want to fish till then, didn't I? It's been an absolute pleasure using this rod today, and I'm pleased, I'm so relieved that I found out that these were loose. I only did them up finger tight. You got to give them a quarter or a third of a turn. Just nip them with your screwdriver. This is heavy as well. Them bloody prongs on the weight aren't getting breaking out. May rot on it. Bloody heavy that may rot, you know. Nothing on that. Right. Think I should have chucked that flapper rig out with some squid on. Well, this is the end. This I think has turned out to be a long video. I didn't think it would, but it is what it is. This is what you get with Verns sea fishing. I will do some short ones at some point. Yeah, sorry about that. It's been a great day. I'm at 6 marshes on the Lincolnshire coast. Things were looking grim, but then all of a sudden I chucked the trusty flapper rig out and hooked a bass on the top hook on a bit of squid, and there goes another fighter plane. Relieved, to say the least. Was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Beautiful fish. It went back. I've checked and checked and checked, and I've been checking while I was sat there as well. It's gone. It swam off. I saw it swim off anyhow, but I keep checking. Not here. It's gone. Chuffed to bits. 52 centimetres within a few mil. I'm happy. Another fish for the video. If you've got this far, thank you very much. Thank you to all subscribers. Don't forget to leave a comment and thumbs up. Let's try and get them thumbs up over 300. Using the Zziplex ZF250 today has been an absolute joy. If you can find one on Facebook Marketplace and it's in good nick and it's a good price, buy it. It's a good rod. Mind you, I like it. You might not like it. But it's light, it's not thick and heavy, it's not got a thick butt, and it's got that much power in it. It's got as much power in as you can bend it. If you can bend it, learn to cast, great rod. Too much rattling on. Reel's good. Once I found out what was wrong with it, my fault. Thanks for watching. Next time I fish will be probably the Holderness Coast, but don't hold me to it. 6 marshes. I think I've caught every time I've come here, and I think it's been on the last but one or last cast. Thanks for watching. I'll see you anon. It caught on the rubber again, but I pulled it out.